Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope everybody is doing great. So today we are live with mock interviews. We have two panelists with us. First of all, I would like to introduce to our first interview, that is Mariam Mustaq. Mariam is Executive Human Resource at Artistic Garments Industries Private Limited. She has been associated with that company and is working as an executive. She has also worked in other organizations like FMCG's Textile and Manufacturing. Our another second interviewer for today is Shehzad Nasir. He is Human Resource Executive at Artistic Denim Mills Limited. Shehzad is also associated with different organizations before that, and currently he's a executive at Denim Mills, and he is skilled in recruitment, talent acquisition, training need assessment, event organizing, business planning, operations management, and customer services. So this is it for our introduction for the interviewers. So let's proceed further towards our mock interviews.
Amna, can you hear us?
Assalamualaikum. Yes, I can.
Walaikum salam.
Salam.
How are you, Amna?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, Amna. Please, can we start the interview now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Please introduce yourself.
Assalamualaikum, everyone.
Walaikum
I'm Amna Shakil, and I am currently in my final semester of BBA. So my major is marketing. That's all
Okay.
about myself.
Okay. Tell us something about your experiences. Have you done any internships so far?
I have done one internship, and then unfortunately there was Corona situation, so I was a bit reluctant on going out. But I have done one internship on a private in a private company. It was Button Sons. So I basically worked there. I wanted to gain some marketing experience, so I worked there as a marketing intern.
Okay.
Like they used to tell me to record their sales and all that stuff.
So, what's the company about? I mean,
Basically, it is an investment company. Like you pursue people and you convince them to invest into your company, and then when do you get investors, you invest that certain amount into property or into renting cars and stuff, and then you take your commission, and that is how it works.
so you were marketing them on the social media as well?
Yes, I was under their marketing manager. So he was the one who was handling the marketing. I was just observing and I was basically taking training. I was a trainee type of
Okay.
person.
So, how was the experience overall?
It was really good.
Was really
Like
good?
I made some good colleagues, and the environment was really good.
Okay. And you have been doing a freelancing work as well. So, tell us something
Yes.
about that.
Okay, so I love to write. I have been working as a content writer. I write about products. I write about reviews. I write about. I write a lot of on a number of topics, like actually on any given topic. So I've been working as a freelancer for 3 years now.
Do you have any personal blog of yours?
I just started it in this quarantine time. I just started it, and I started it in November, and it is going really good now.
How
Mashallah.
many followers you have so far now?
Like in 1.5 month, I got 500 followers. Actually, those are organic followers. I didn't buy followers and stuff.
No.
So
Actually a very great initiative. A lot of people
yeah,
are doing new things in the quarantine period, so that's great.
that is what I did.
So, Amna, tell us something. Why do you choose marketing as your field?
Because I think that I get to interact with people very well and I make friends very well. So I'm not a person who is very introvert. I like to go out. I'm very outdoorsy. I like to talk to people. I like to communicate. That is why I thought that if I choose marketing, then I will be able to implement and I will be able to explore myself more, and I would be able to utilize this extrovert type of uh, the
Quality.
extrovert quality that I have within me. So that was the main reason.
So at university, have you been any part of the conferences or events so far?
Many. I was last semester. I was a vice president of Literary Society,
Okay.
and apart from that, I have been team members of many MUNs. I was the director in the last MUN that happened at our university. So yes, I've been very participative when it comes to conferences and when it comes to seminars and stuff.
Okay. And what courses did you have for marketing in your final year?
Right now, I have sales management and retail marketing. Last year, I had international marketing and advertising.
So in the project, you were the group leader or the group member?
I was the group leader.
So how was it? Was it difficult to handle the group, or you were like comfortable with them?
It was very good, actually. Like in one of the subjects we were actually a peer. So the other person was very nice. And when in one subject we have four members, so it was really nice. Like there were no group conflicts. Everyone's tasks were sorted. We were very calm, and everything went smoothly.
But don't you think group conflicts are a part of the group and it actually brings in new ideas?
They are actually, and it had happened in future. So that is why now we have reached at that level that हम लोगों की understanding बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी हो चुकी है हमारे group members के साथ. So we all
Hmm.
know that who is good at what. So we just divide the work in that manner. We
See,
give,
in the group, in the project, there are a lot of free riders. So how do you
yeah,
handle those people?
we actually take in the uh, everyone's contribution. हम सबकी बात सुनते हैं and then
See,
we.
a lot of people are very rigid. They are like, I'm not going to do any work. Just let me present something and I'll be done with it.
No, and fortunately हमारे साथ ऐसे कोई वो नहीं हुआ.
अभी तक ऐसा नहीं हुआ. Okay.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अभी तक हम ऐसे कोई एक्सपीरियंस ही करने को मिला.
ठीक है, ठीक है. Okay. And how many people were there in marketing team in Button Sons?
There were around 6 people with me. There
Six
was
people.
one director, and then there were 3 attorneys, and there were 2 other people.
Okay. So did you get to interact with other customers of theirs or just having the training idea?
I was not actually in direct interaction with anyone. I didn't
Hmm.
interact personally with anyone, but I was there to observe only and take notes. So I was just observing and taking notes.
So when doing freelancing, you get to interact with different clients of yours as well.
Yes,
So
definitely.
it was on email or was on phone as well?
It's actually on Upwork.
It's
There
on
is
Upwork.
an Yeah,
Hmm.
it's on Upwork. So it's like messaging. There is a message option over there. So that's a chat box that on that we talk.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Amna, tell us something about your 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses.
Like my 3 strengths. My first strength would be that I like to interact a lot and I make friends very easily. My
Okay.
other strength would be I am not rigid and I'm not you say that I'm not very sturdy. I listen to people. I am very much open about constructive criticism. I take
Mhm.
constructive criticism very positively. Also, another strength would be that I whatever I do, I try to do it to the perfect extent. I try to please people as much as I can. Whatever job I'm given, I try to do that um, to my perfection. My 3 weaknesses would be that I talk a lot. This would be one of my weakness. Another weakness is that I sometimes I think I am, unfortunately, I believe on people and I trust on people a lot, from which I have मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम हुई है पहले भी.
You've never been able to say no to people very easily. Is that so?
Yes, that too.
So how are you working on that?
I am improving it. It is actually improving gradually. So
So do you
it's going
feel
fine.
any kind of guilt when you say no to other people?
I do. I
I
do.
do. So how do you
Yes.
tackle your feelings then?
I don't know. I don't. I just try to find the best way to say no. And sometimes I don't say
Honestly, there's
no.
no best way to say no, because a
Yeah.
lot of people take it as, take
Yeah.
it
And
as a
when I
bad
do,
impression of yours. Yeah. Yeah,
and when I
please.
do say no, and then when I do say, and when I don't say no, where should I have? Then that is a place where I am in trouble. So that is one of my weaknesses as well.
That's good you're realizing it now.
Yeah.
What about the third weakness?
The third weakness would be, did I tell her? Yes, I'm very talkative. I told you about that.
Yeah.
Also, my third weakness would be, that is it actually.
Okay. So about perfection. So do you think when it comes to pleasing people, you can never please them, and there are going to be different aspects where you're going to disappoint people as well? So have you had any such situation where you try to do as perfection as your work as possible, but you end up, disappointing the other people and not pleasing them up to the mark, and then the situation is like you feeling bad about it? So what was the situation, and was there any project that you were dealing with where you're being criticized and you were not up to the mark of that, the person who was giving the
Yeah.
project? Have you had
Okay.
any situation so far?
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, when it comes to work and freelancing, like jahan tak mera connection hai, so there when you are working as freelance, there are very last minute changes. Till the last minute, the client is not satisfied. They're giving you revisions, and they're really not pleased. But what we can do from our end is we try to contact them, and we try to arrange meetings, and we usually have Zoom meetings, so we can get their perspective, and we can try to understand that what do they want. It has never happened to me that I have disappointed some any one of my client, or I was not able to please them. But yes, there were times that to me, the thing was perfect, but the client was not happy. So what I did was I told them that I will compensate, and I will,
You were doing the content writing for them or what?
I was actually doing content writing. I'm mainly a content writer. Yeah, I do
Okay.
write only.
Okay.
So then I had 2, 3 projects with her. So I told her that in the next project I will compensate you and stuff. Because when you have such customers, they are very rigid. They want their work to be done perfectly, and if it's not done perfectly, then they're going to cut out the money. So
Okay. Is there any fixed deadline they give you for the work?
yeah, there are fixed
So
deadlines depending upon the project. If it's a long one, the deadline is going to be different. But if it's a short one, the deadline is going to be different. But there are deadlines.
okay. Okay. So were you able to complete within the deadline, or there were some times that instances that you had to go above the deadline? You had to ask your client for that.
No, no, it's always on the deadline.
It was
It's
always on the
always on.
deadline.
Yes, it was always on the. Because if I know that I won't be able to present and deliver the one on time, then I just simply don't take the work. I just tell them that no, I won't be able to deliver it on such a short notice.
Okay. Amna, there's different sections of marketing. So you have, studied retail marketing, content, and international marketing. So what's your core interest? Because marketing is a very diverse field.
Yeah. Basically, when I was studying international marketing, I found it very interesting. Also, international marketing and advertising. Both of the subjects were very, very interesting. So my main interest and my core interest is in that area, in those
In
fields.
advertising side?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you join any organization, so would you be leaving your freelance work, or were you going to be continuing with alongside with it?
That is a perk of freelance work, that you can do it anytime, because whenever you're home, you're on your laptop, you can just write. So I won't be leaving the freelancing work. I would be doing it. Of course,
Okay.
I won't be doing it so frequently, but I just
But
don't want
not
to
within
leave
the
it.
work hours, right?
Yeah, of course not in the work hours.
Okay. Amna, what do you know about our company, and how do you think marketing fits in within our company?
I read about your company online, and to me, you marketing is a major aspect of any product. Marketing is a major aspect of any product that you're selling. So you are producing jeans and you're producing denim stuff. So based on marketing, marketing is basically it will play a very important role in your company. Like you guys can do product marketing, or you guys are doing advertising about your product. So it relates to your company very well.
Okay, we do have international buyers, so our basically social media and everything. We don't do advertising as such, but we do promote our products in different manners. In the sense, if we are working or towards any sustainable products, then we're going to be displaying that on social media and having that kind of, because we have buyers all over the market, international market. So that's the exposure. We have different social media strategies for that. Yeah, so we
Yeah,
don't
that
particularly go for advertising. We go for social media strategies.
that is also marketing. That is social media marketing.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. ठीक है. Shehzad, do you have
Yes.
any questions? Yeah.
Yes, I have questions. Ms. Amna, you told me that you have the specialty, you have the interest in advertisement. So,
Yeah.
if we hired you in our organization and we give you a task that you have to promote our products, like we are manufacturing jeans, so what would be the strategy you're using for the advertisement?
Like as ma'am just told that you guys are marketing and you're promoting your products on social media. So what I would suggest is to take like whatever product is there. There are many products. You take one sample picture, and then we will be able to write the product description under that, and then all the social media followers that you have, they would be able to know about your product, and they would be able to connect about your product more with your company more.
So,
um,
what do you call this strategy actually?
this is actually called social media marketing, that you promote your product by writing the descriptions and by taking good attractive pictures.
Actually, we are exporting company. We
Yeah.
export denim jeans in Europe countries mostly. And
Yeah.
if, for example, I give an example. For example, we locally export, locally distribute our products in Pakistan. So, what would be the strategy we are using in Pakistan so we can capture all the market, the segmentations? What do you suggest the segmentation for our jeans?
If it's not on stores, not in brick and mortar store, and it's only online, then it would be to go with extensive social media marketing, to go with extensive email marketing. You can have phone numbers of your customers taken, or you can have
I think she got disconnected.
Yeah.
But I guess the answers has been done. Yeah, should we reconnect her?
Hi, how are you?
How are you? I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Now let's please introduce yourself.
So I'm Hamna. I'm currently in my last semester of BPA. My major is being human resources.
Okay.
Yeah, so during my education, I acquired a lot of appropriate knowledge for various HR aspects like conflict resolution, training and development, recruitment and selection, and much more. During my university life, I also participated in many activities, including being the head of all societies of the entire university, which was quite an interesting job for me. I also was a project head of my management science society, where we had to create an environment where we could raise participants' morale. So that was quite interesting for me as well.
Okay.
So,
I did go through your resume, and I think you have a very good profile for the. Why do you choose HR as your field?
well, originally I chose HR as a process of elimination. Like, I couldn't understand finance, I was not good at marketing, but that's my initial. But then when I actually experienced HR when I interned at K Electric, I was like, there is a lot more to it than I initially thought. I love working with people. And I feel like HR controls the back end of the company as well. So I really enjoyed working there.
Okay. Tell me something about your internship experiences. What functions did you explore at K Electric?
Well, I did do internships there. Firstly, I did in talent acquisition, where I had to deal with a lot of calls. And then assessment centers were one of the most interesting things about that internship.
Okay.
Secondly, I did it in the distribution strategy and support. I worked with HRBPs, which
Okay.
was quite interesting for me. I worked with a lot of data, a lot of presentations, focus groups for a new project. I worked on a technical project as well. So that was that made me attract to HR more.
You were solely working on that technical project, or was there a team involved?
I couldn't work on that project alone because it was firstly not a part of my field. Like it was morely about engineering. But as HR is connected to everything. So I was working under my HR BPs. I read the entire project. I extracted critical information and then made presentation to present to the leadership in the terms of HR.
So, okay. Any task did they assign and give to you that you had to handle as a sole person?
They initiated a new project called Employee Handbook. Hasn't been an employee handbook for K Electric. So I was there to conduct focus groups alone. So I made questionnaires, I invited people, I suggested what people to invite, and I led the focus groups as well. So that was an individual task for me.
What do you think comes under the employee handbook?
Employee handbook is basically an introduction of the company for new hires, to tell you where the department is, or how many people are there, if you have any problem, who to connect, who to go to, and a lot more like policies. It basically is an introduction to a new employee when he goes to K Electric.
Okay. What do you think the difference between a talent acquisition and recruitment is?
Talent acquisition is basically acquiring talent from different areas. Like the business will give you कि मुझे ये position fulfill करनी है, तो वो they will look for a pool and they will acquire the best talent that they could find. Recruitment is the process. It comes within talent acquisition, is basically hiring the right fit.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Why? Okay. Did you do any Did you do any project in your education on HR? Final year thesis or project on HR?
Yes, we were working on research. Last semester we did it. It was basically impact of training on employee performance. So we did a whole research on that. And we are improving on
What
it this
were your
semester as
findings?
well.
What were your findings?
We found the results showed that there was a positive impact of training on employee performance, which raised morals, which included the betterment of the company itself. So that was basically the major chunk of our result.
Now, there are different functions of HR. What are the different functions of HR and which function you are interested in and why?
There are many, including talent acquisition, enabling functions, strategy and support, and a lot more. Originally, I was not. I'm hearing my voice back. Sorry. Acha. Originally, I was not a huge fan of talent acquisition. I was not interested in that aspect. But when I did the strategy and support function, I was quite intrigued by the stuff that they do. They were mostly busy compared to the rest of the people. I loved working with employee data consolidation. So if I had the chance, I would go towards strategy and support, creating strategies for the employees and whatnot.
Okay. Okay. Shahzad, please.
Which, what would be the strategies you're using for the employees?
I'm sorry.
The strategies. What would be the strategies you're providing to employees? What are the ideas about the employees strategies?
It depends on what is needed in the company and where I stand. Based on that, I will try to create the best strategy for the companies and the employee themselves.
Strategies. If organization has a turnover, employees are going very fastly. So how would be the strategies to reduce the turnover of the company?
Firstly, I would like to see the reason as why that turnover is happening, and then I would, if the problem would be employee morale, I will try to raise the morale of employees by either giving them activities, engaging them, maybe if the budget allows a raise or benefits and stuff like that.
Benefits. Okay, great. So can you please tell me about the differences between the talent acquisition and recruitment?
Um, like I mentioned before, talent acquisition is a huger chunk of recruitment and selection. Talent acquisition basically has a pool of people, or we can do campus drives and whatnot. We collect basically a pool of employees, potential employees, where employees are given, um, where talent acquisition people are given the requirement of selecting a person, and recruitment is basically a part of talent acquisition where we basically hire the best fit of the job.
The best person for the best place.
Yes,
Isn't
the
it?
right fit.
Great. So you have done completed internship in talent acquisition department,
Yes.
employee touching interviews. What do you have learned over there?
I've learned for the talent acquisition part, there's a lot more work that I thought it would be. I alone called more than 200 people for interviewing and interviewing them on calls. So I believe originally I thought HR was just a whole chunk, but now it's divided into different departments, which was very interesting for me. So yeah, HR is not what I thought it would be. So I'm
So
glad.
what's the actually recruitment cycle actually? Complete recruitment cycle. Can you please tell me about recruitment cycle?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm asking about the recruitment cycle. Can you please celebrate this?
Recruitment cycle varies from company to company, I believe. Uh, Originally, a company can have a talent pool where potential employees are kept and they can be selected from that. Others can include going to on campus, calling references, and checking what employees are the best fit. Then this basically they could be tested, physical test, and then interviewed, and then cross checked with their references, and then the best fit can be hired.
Okay, what is the difference between job analysis and job specification? Specification.
Job analysis and job specification. Job analysis is basically analyzing the entire job, what the job is about, what it entails, the tasks, the requirements, the line manager who is reporting to whom, how many people are under working under that position. And job specification is basically specifying where the job fits in the entire company itself.
Okay. And how you create job description?
Job description basically entails what the job requires, the skills it requires, the educational background, what tasks the job is supposed to be done, basically that.
And what about job responsibility?
They can be used interchangeably, I think. Responsibility is what the the person's job is supposed to entail. Basically, आपको क्या जिम्मेदारियां दी जाएंगी, how you will solve them, and what you are expected to do from the job.
From the job.
All right.
Okay, Ms.
Thank you
Meghna?
so much, Amna. Shada, do
Thank
you
you
have
so
any more
much.
questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Hamna.
Thank you so much.
Actually, we are trying to shorten up because we are left with like 2 more hours, and we
A
do
lot of
have exactly a lot of candidates are still left. So we are trying to short it. Like you can ask 2, 3 questions, both of you, and then we like switch to another candidate.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, who is next? Is Shehroz.
We have Sharoz next, but I don't think he's available. He's not replying. We'll have Samil instead.
Shehroz is joining.
Samreen,
Samil.
Chaudhry Samil Ahmad Khatana.
Samil Ahmed
Actually,
Khattan.
Shehroz is in the waiting room and he's joining.
Oh, all right, all right. Sorry.
Shiroz Ahmed.
Hi,
Mr.
Sheroz.
Shiroz.
Alaikum
Walaikum.
assalam. How are you, Sheroz?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Sheroz, can you hear us? Hello.
Shehroz, are we audible? आवाज आ रही है आपको शहरोज? हेलो
Mr.
शहरोज आपको
Shiroz
आवाज आ रही
Ahmed.
है? I guess you need to reconnect. आवाज मेरे ख्याल से there is some problem in that.
Mute, unmute हो रहा है probably.
शहरोज आपको आवाज आ रही है? हेलो your voice is not connected. You're not audible. I guess आप reconnect करो एक दफा. He's reconnecting.
Okay.
Mr. Shiroz.
Shehroz, we can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Sheroz, please introduce yourself.
My name is Shahroz, and my family background is like I'm belongs to my military family, army family, and my educational background is concerned as I've done my intermediate from APS Kohar, and I have done my intermediate education as well from APS Sadar as well. I have done several internships in multinational companies, and I'm doing jobs in a multinational company. I have internship in Pakistan International Bulk Terminal as well, and at Jafar Agro Services, which is located in Shara Faisal. And I'm currently doing job in TRD Private Limited in International Sales Department Limited.
Okay. Okay,
What are
Sheroz.
you looking after this TRD Private Limited?
I'm looking in international sales. My region is territories like Caribbean region, like Suriname, Trinidad, Tobago, like Saint Lucia, Dominica. These are my sales region.
What is
So
the
they are
core
providing
Selling
services.
cars there. Japanese cars there.
these cars? Okay. So, Sheroz, why did you choose marketing as your field?
Because it's the only field which gives you basic salary plus commission as well, like sales gives you. So it's better for me to earn good.
What's the difference between sales and marketing?
Marketing is sounds like when you introduce your brand in the market, and sales, as far as concerned, is gives you more revenue through marketing.
Okay. Okay. So you have plans to move towards the marketing field in the business development side, in the sales side, or you want to
Yeah,
explore other functions of
they
marketing as well?
mainly focusing on marketing and sales as well.
Okay. So what sections in marketing would you be more interested in inclined towards?
Like product strategy implementation, product implementations, like increasing in market share, current market share of the product of the company.
Okay, Sheris, you know about our company. Have you studied about our company?
Like Artistic Millionaire, the
Artistic,
garment.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Artistic Garment. So can you tell me how marketing and sales fit into our company?
yeah, and
And
lots
what
of manner
part
you
can
can.
what part can you play in it?
What part can I, as a business development executive, I'm like developing a business for the company. So which are the ways? I will tell you the ways as well, through B2B business, through B2C business, like business to consumer, like through the end user as well, and through the like mid-level as well, like the retailer, supplier, somewhere like that.
See,
Building a relationship with them.
we have the international customers. So how would you go along then?
So basically, in business development, relationship is really matters a lot. When we have a relationship with our international clients, they will definitely give you business soon or later. So
How do you develop the PR?
through, so PR basically generates when you have the product knowledge, when your company has a renown named in international market as well as the domestic market as well. So when my company has an international name and domestic well-known name, so definitely it generates the PR that this is a legit company and this will gives me the best price and a best quality product. So it's a way to give you generate a PR, the relationship as well.
Okay. What international customers we have? Any idea?
No, so far.
No, so far. Okay, Shazad.
Well, you have done marketing. No? So, what are
Yes.
the strategies you are currently using to the international, you're reaching towards the international market? What
What
are the links that
strategy
you are
I'm using?
using?
What
Exactly. The product strategies as well.
Okay, I'm strategizing Porter 5 forces, like who are my competitors, what they are offering, what are their market share as well. These are the strategies which makes my brand more stronger. When I know my competitors' product and their prices, how they are selling their cars, how what their strategy they use, and how they what grade of cars they get from the auction of the Japanese. So when I have the whole domain knowledge, so it's better for me to pitch the customer who's already a client of the like be forward the SBT Japan. So it's better for me. This is my strategy to know the competitor's strategy.
This
How would
make the
you know that?
differentiation.
How would you know that?
because because all the Japanese car trade data is available on Japanese auction website that which company bought which vehicle in which price. So it's better for me to know how what is the actual price of the vehicle and what they are offering to the customer. So it's better for me to give the best rates.
Okay.
Do you know about our organization competitors?
I just thoroughly know about your organization through the about us page that you are have international clients and a renowned brand name in the country as well. And what are your products, yarns, garments, something like that. I thought
No,
thoroughly study your company.
no, not the company, the competitors,
The
local
competitor,
competitors.
Artistic Millionaire, Sapphire, Maria B, and something like that.
Okay.
So what we actually manufacture, do you know?
Like the garments, something like what towels,
No, we produce
No.
garments, denim.
garments, denim.
Denim, jeans,
Yes.
mostly. Okay. Uh, Currently you're working as a business development executive. What are the segment you're catering, targeting?
I'm targeting the dealerships. You cannot
Dealership.
sell dealerships like that. We have the dealership of Khalid bin Walid Road in Karachi, as we have the dealerships in Jamaica as well. Because according to the Jamaican auto policy, you cannot sell car to the individuals because individuals don't have the import license. Only you can sell cars to those persons who have the who have the import license.
Okay, so it's like a B2B businesses. You're providing
Yeah,
services.
exactly. B2B. As far as the St. Lucia is concerned, as far as the Dominica is concerned, as far as the Suriname is concerned, you can sell cars to the individuals because their company allows.
Okay, so currently in the international market, there is a lot of market is affected by Corona. So how is business going right now?
Honestly, to be honest with you, so all the black money of Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh is located in these countries, in these small islands. So they don't have that much affected because they have the black money to spend a lot of money because they can finance their cars through their banks and their banks has a lot of money.
Okay.
It affects, but not that much affected.
That much affected. Okay. Currently in Pakistan, we have a taxes criteria, the FA import cars from international market.
Yes.
So they are affected by the taxes. So how would you suggest that government should reduce these sessions of taxes or anything idea that you provide?
So Pakistan has a lot of potential to make their own cars in very reasonable prices. They don't need to import cars because they have the potential to compete with the international market. So we are not increasing our production as soon as if you know that the Imran Khan has taken initiative to the big threes like Honda, Toyota, and Suzuki to reduce their prices and like to do something strategy to make low prices for the. Yes, ma'am.
So do we have any other question?
No, not from my side.
Getting my voice?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. So what I'm saying is Pakistan don't need to reduce their taxes because it gives your country the potential to increase your number of units, basically. So when you import cars from Japanese, as like, honestly telling you, Pakistani peoples get auction car of 3 grade, 3.5 grade, which are like dented and accidental cars, and they get repaired in their custom houses. So when you are getting the accidental cars, why don't you make your car more stronger in a country? So you don't need to import cars. If you want to import cars like Tesla, you can import, and we have like reduced taxes. We have my company has imported 4 Teslas in very reasonable prices with the reduction of taxes.
Mr. Shiroz, currently in Pakistan seaport, there are a lot of got imported truck over there, and they have been in an auction by the government. Do you have any idea about this?
Yes, I know that because these cars will be auctioned in the next month in a couple of 2 weeks. Yes, so they are the cars which bought from Japan in 2019. But according to somehow the misunderstanding between the owners of those cars and the government and the auto policy, they are not getting their cars like custom clearance. So the government has the right to sell those cars.
Government has a right to sell this car. Does this government has the benefit from selling this through auction? Does government has a benefit?
Yes, government has benefit because government haven't purchased those cars from the auction, from the Japanese auction. They are readily available in the customs yard, so they are selling it. And those cars have a good market value in Pakistan.
Exactly. Great. Ms. Mariam, do you have any question?
No.
All right. Thank you,
Mr.
Sharoz.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Take care.
Take care.
Nafis.
Allah.
All right. So we have another candidate with us. That's Mr. Samil.
Mr. Samil.
Samil Ahmed.
Samil Ahmed. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. How are you, Samil?
I'm fine.
Okay. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Chaudhry Samir Ahmed Khatana. I was born on 11 September 1997. I belong to district Gujarat,
Okay.
which is located in central Punjab. My schooling was started from Army Public School Gujranwala in the year 2001.
Okay.
Then I proceeded to. Then my father was posted to Hyderabad, so my schooling was shifted to APS Hyderabad.
Okay.
Then subsequently to different cities. I did my matriculation in FSC from Army Barnhall College, which is a which is a missionary father school, which is located in Ahmedabad. And in 2017, I joined TSU.
Okay. Tell us something about your internship experiences and what's your interest in.
I have completed 3 internships. I was an HR intern in DHA Karachi. Then I was intern. Then I worked as a marketing intern in Al Sheikh Security and Management Services, and
Okay.
then I was an intern in Agility International,
Okay.
and I was working in a warehouse near Super Highway.
Okay.
So my internship experiences were very good, especially at Agility,
Okay.
and I've learned a lot from there. And my interests are basically collecting information about the geopolitics, and reading news articles, and so these are my basic interests, other than curriculum.
Okay. So you have explored all these different functions, different departments. So which department and which section would you be more interested towards to work in the future?
Since my major is supply chain, so certainly I would love to work in supply chain.
Take it. What is the cycle of supply chain?
See, cycle of supply chain starts from the very beginning, right? For example, I have opted artistic denim. So say it starts from it not only starts from the cotton field, it starts from the fertilizer, or even it traces back to the ingredients of that fertilizer that is being used for the cultivation of that cotton field.
Okay.
Because that will also have an impact on the product, maybe its price or maybe its quality.
ठीक है. So what is the process of supply chain from start to end?
See, process, the process is like that. Things, the raw material, when raw material is procured, basically it is from the production of raw material. Then it involves the procurement of raw material. Then it also covers the operations that are related to I would say, that are related to convert that raw material into the finished good. And then it comes to the distribution of raw material, and even it involves the reverse logistics. For example, if a product is somewhat, it is not working properly, or it has some problems. For example, in case of jeans, it needs alteration. The customer realizes that the jeans need alteration, so he or she gives it back to the organization for alteration. That is also included in the process of supply chain.
Okay. And what is the process of supply chain at Agility International?
Basically, Agility International is a company which deals with warehousing and transportation. The primary business of Agility throughout, I think so, it is operating in more than 160 countries worldwide. So its process is like, basically it is warehousing. It has warehousing facilities. Like in Pakistan, it has number of warehousing facilities, and after that it is having transport fleet. So basically what it does is that they stock finished goods, even some raw materials, and then they transport it accordingly. They have their own aircraft. They have their they have their fleet of ships and vessels, even petrol vessels, and they have also a road fleet of trucks. In Pakistan, they have 162 trucks,
Okay.
and that is that is the will of their customer, that they want to take the transportation service also or not. So basically, they are doing warehousing, and that warehousing is being complemented with transportation.
See, Samil, we have different sections in supply chain. So, what sections do you think are there in supply chain, and which you would be more interested in?
See, since there are many sections, like there we have warehousing, we have transportation, we have logistics, we have reverse logistics, we have operations. So
We
I
have
would love to
procurement,
be in transport. Yes,
procurement as well.
procurement as well, even in the firms like I would say that, for example, a digital marketing firm or something like that, which is not that much into the logistics. They
Okay.
also have a procurement section.
Okay.
So I would
So,
love to be in transportation.
transportation. Okay. Uh, Shehzad,
जी
please.
मिस्टर समील अहमद,
Yes, sir.
मिस्टर समील, एजिलिटी में वेयर हाउस में कौन सा मेथड यूज किया जा रहा था, लीफो और फीफो?
देखें, इसमें फीफो यूज किया जाता है बेसिकली, बिकॉज मोस्टली लीफो बहुत कम यूज है, मेजॉरिटी फीफो है, बिकॉज जिस वेयर हाउस में मैं था वहाँ पे ज्यादातर एफएमसीजी के प्रोडक्ट्स थे ज्यादातर, जिसमें बिस्कॉनी के थे, इंग्लिश
ठीक है,
बिस्किट्स के थे और ये सब, तो इसके लिए फीफो ही वो ज्यादा यूज करते थे। कुछ इसमें से पेरिशेबल आइटम्स भी थे, तो सर्टेनली उसके लिए फीफो यूज करते थे।
ठीक
हाँ,
है,
कुछ जगहों पे लीफो था, कुछ जगहों पे लीफो था, वो प्रोडक्ट की कैटेगरी से डिफरेंशिएट करता है। लेकिन मेजॉरिटी के जो केस में आई वुड से कि जो एफएमसीजी है उसके लिए फीफो ही करते थे, या जो पेरिशेबल है, पेरिशेबल बेसिकली एफएमसीजी जो भी वो पेरिशेबल होती है, कुछ उसकी एक सर्टेन शेल्फ लाइफ होती है। सो इट इज, आई थिंक सो इट इज एज पर द शेल्फ लाइफ ऑफ
ठीक है,
द प्रोडक्ट, एक स्पेसिफिक रूल नहीं है।
ठीक है। मुझे अगर अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बेनिफिट मैक्सिमाइज करना हो,
Sorry, sir, can you repeat the question?
करना हो तो मैं कौन सा मेथड यूज करूंगा वेयर हाउस में? एक प्रोडक्ट
Sir,
मैंने मैन्युफैक्चर किया है 2020 दिसंबर में,
जी
ठीक है,
सर।
और एक प्रोडक्ट मैंने जनवरी 2021 में मैन्युफैक्चर्ड किया है। कौन सा प्रोडक्ट जो मुझे मैक्सिमाइज करेगा प्रॉफिट को?
सर, इससे पहले आपने जो बोला था वो उसमें थोड़ा सा वो क्लैरिफाई
मैं कह रहा
नहीं
हूँ
हुई बात।
दो प्रोडक्ट्स मैन्युफैक्चर हुए हैं, एक दिसंबर में 2020 में, एक जनवरी
जी
2021 में, ठीक है। अब ये बताएं
जी
कि मैं प्रॉफिट को मैक्सिमाइज करना चाह रहा हूँ, ठीक है, अब कौन सा मेथड यूज करूंगा मैं वेयर हाउस में?
सर, अगर आप प्रॉफिट को मैक्सिमाइज करना चाह रहे हैं तो
हम्म,
आप उसमें वेयर हाउसिंग में सर सर्टेनली फिर आप मेथड जो है, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आपने करना है, अब फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप बेचना चाहते हैं कि मार्केट प्राइस मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव चीज, फॉर एग्जांपल आपके पास जीन्स है या किस तरह की चीज है, तो आपको उसके लिए लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि उसमें ये है कि क्योंकि वो सबसे नई चीज है, तो आप उसके
हम्म,
लिए डिमांड ज्यादा कर सकते हैं। वेयर एज जो दूसरी जो वेयर एज जो आपकी पहले की जो जीन्स स्टॉक, पहले का जो आपका स्टॉक पड़ा हुआ है
हम्म,
2020 दिसंबर का,
हम्म,
अगर अगर फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप समझते हैं कि उसकी लाइफ है जो वो ज्यादा नहीं है, ठीक है,
हम्म,
या वो सिंस यू आर डीलिंग विद जीन्स, तो अगर वो मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसी जीन्स है कि कुछ देर बाद वो ओल्ड फैशन हो जाएगी, तो उसको
हम्म,
आप निकाल के मार्केट में बेच सकते हैं।
मुझे ये बताएं, मुझे प्रॉफिट किस में ज्यादा होगा, पुराने प्रोडक्ट में या नए वाले प्रोडक्ट में?
सर, इट डिपेंड्स फ्रॉम द कैटेगरी ऑफ प्रोडक्ट। अगर आपकी पर्टिकुलर कोई कैटेगरी, मसलन कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं जो कि नए हों पुराने हों ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट नहीं करते, प्रॉफिट में,
the
कुछ का होता है कि वो डिपेंड्स, so it depends from characteristic of that particular product.
ठीक है. अच्छा, एक जनरल सवाल है. There are some strategies in supply chain, push and pull strategy. ठीक है. Amazon एक बहुत बड़ा नाम है. What are they using the strategy, push or pull?
Sir, frankly speaking, if I talk about Amazon, तो I would say मुझे particularly Amazon का तो नहीं पता कि Amazon कौन सी यूज कर रही है, but जो कोई भी होते हैं वो पुश स्ट्रेटेजी को ज्यादातर फोकस लोग मतलब ज्यादातर कोई भी एक मैच्योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वो पुश स्ट्रेटेजी को फोकस ज्यादा करती है.
ठीक है, हम कोका कोला की बात करते हैं इन पाकिस्तान. What are they using, push or pull strategy?
Sir, Coca-Cola is certainly using push strategy.
Okay. ठीक है. और जहाँ एजिलिटी जो है वो उसमें पुश एंड पुल में कौन सी स्ट्रेटजी यूज हो रही है?
सर एजिलिटी के अंदर बेसिकली मतलब जो वेयर हाउसेज में मैंने देखा था वो डिमांड पुल स्ट्रेटजी यूज कर रहे हैं बेसिकली एज पर डिमांड. जैसे कस्टमर जो जैसे डिमांड आती है वो उसके हिसाब से अरेंजमेंट्स करते हैं,
तो वो पुल स्ट्रेटजी में चल रहे हैं.
वो एग्जैक्टली मतलब मैं जिस वेयर हाउस में इट वाज मली लॉजिस्टिक को उसमें ऐसा था कि जो डिमांड आती थी कंज्यूमर की डिमांड आती थी वो उसके हिसाब से प्लेसमेंट करते थे. ऐसा कोई एडवांस में वहाँ पे फोरकास्टिंग का नहीं था क्योंकि उनकी बावजूद कुछ सडन डिमांड्स भी आती थी क्योंकि वेयर हाउसिंग का ऑपरेशन थोड़ा सा मुख्तलिफ होता है.
ठीक है.
they were into the pull strategy.
अच्छा, logistic is part of supply chain or not?
Yes sir.
Logistic is a part of supply chain or not?
Logistic is part of supply chain. Logistic is part of supply chain. Sir, am I visible to you, sir?
Yes, sure.
Right, sir. So logistic is part of supply chain. ठीक है. Logistics के जो entire जो logistics की movement है, logistics की management है, ये सब चीजें supply chain का एक portion. Some people think that there is a very wrong perception that supply chain is entirely procurement and logistics. They don't understand that procurement and logistics are components of supply chain.
Don't you think logistics is part of administration?
See, logistics need administration. It requires administration. But administration is certainly, it requires administration. For example, you have a fleet and you're having drivers, right? Those drivers require some administration.
Okay.
The maintenance of the fleet, the vehicles which you are having, they require some maintenance. That requires an administrative atmosphere. But as far as when it comes to the operation, so it is logistics.
Samil, in different organizations, fleet is a separate section, but it comes under administration because a lot of people haven't explored the idea that it comes under supply chain. So when it comes to you applying to different organizations, so there might be an option that logistics is coming under the administration. So would you be interested to explore that option, or would you go for another option if that comes under supply chain?
See, if it is an organizational limitation that they're having a fleet under the administration, so I would like to go into the administration because administration is also a very interesting job because it involves a whole lot of authority.
Okay.
But the companies that are purely logistic companies, where there I have seen that administration is a separate thing and logistics are separate thing. Now I think so most of the companies, as you have discussed, maybe they are keen about saving costs by merging logistics and administration into one unit, because one of the key objective of business is also minimizing unnecessary costs.
Yes, definitely.
Mr. Samir, you have written assistant operation manager. Are you doing job in any organization?
See, I was working in operations in the warehouse, and I would say in warehouse and fleet. Presently, I am doing business in real estate, which so I am more into the operations of real estate, and it also involves the operation of construction and all that. So that's why I was.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Samir. Mr.
All
Singh.
right. Thank you, Samir, for
Thank you so
joining
much.
in. Take care. Hudafis.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Actually, we are just done with 5 candidates and we are left with 10. So there's a lot in the queue and we are just left with like हमारा time और थोड़ा सा short हो रहा है इसलिए like I will try to rush it up तो थोड़ा सा हम जल्दी जल्दी करके we can like
ठीक है,
सबको
चलो।
because obviously उनकी 11:30 पे actually they have another class so where I can't extend the time as well.
No, I have to leave for office as well.
I understand that as well.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Assalamu alaikum. Wait, I'll just turn off the blinds.
Walaikum Assalam.
One time.
Is this like? Wait, I'll just.
No, it's
turn on
fine.
No, it's fine,
It's
Ashma.
fine.
You are visible.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum assalam.
One
Please,
time.
Ashma, introduce yourself.
Basically, my name is Ishma and I'm in my 8th semester. I'm doing my BBA from BHS Super University. And currently I'm working at MR. I'm a marketing and sales intern there. And my internship period will be over in January. So hopefully they'll give me an opportunity and I'll start working there. And I've also been part of some student societies like public speaking and USU Man. And I like reading. So that's everything about me.
So what portfolio have they given you so far in your internship?
Okay, basically what I'm doing is I'm a marketing and sales intern. So some data entry work, and now I've been reaching out some RECs, that is the real estate consultants there, and I'm like linking them to the company. So that's what I'm currently doing right now.
So you're bringing in new business for them or talking to the
Yes.
existing client?
No, I'm bringing in new business. I've been
So
calling a lot of RECs in DHA and basically all the phases of DHA. And I've brought in some, there's this interview lined up today at 2 that I'll have to be there for. And so, yeah.
So that's your first client or you have brought in previous clients as well?
No, that is my first. My first client was yesterday. It'll be my second client today.
So how do you pitch in the clients and what's the process?
So basically, what I have to do is I just have to tell them about MR and the company, and basically I ask them that we're like involving new RECs in our department. So if you are interested, if you want to join MR, because it's a really premium company, and anyone who would like to join in will like have great commissions and stuff. And we also offer like commissions that are like top in the market. So that's the pitch I forward, and then if they're interested, I just send them some documents and they get themselves registered and then start working with us, and then sales officer is like given to them and they deal with the RECs and stuff. I just have to pitch the idea and then the sales team basically does the work.
So have you faced any difficult clients so far?
Yeah, there was this one time I haven't even called the client. Someone else from the team did, and I just gave him a call. He didn't receive it. Okay, then I got a call back, and I just answered the call, and he started yelling, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I do? He's like, don't call again. मैंने आप लोगों के साथ काम नहीं करना, आप लोगों को बोला तो है. And I'm like, okay, sir, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. And then he hung up, and I was like so shocked. I'm like, okay, so that was a difficult experience. Other than that, everything's going really smooth.
Okay. So why marketing and sales as your field, and what's the difference between the two?
Okay, marketing and sales is not exactly my field. When I was in my 7th semester and there came a time of choosing our majors, I was really confused in marketing, HR and supply chain. So I asked a lot of people around, and eventually I took supply chain as my major, because a lot of my friends were basically doing that, and I asked some relatives around as well, and they're like, yeah, this is a really popping field and you should like go for it. Girls का भी हो रहा है, Pakistan में भी बहुत हो रही है इसकी वो. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll take supply chain. And when I took that subject, and it was like so tough, and I'm like, no, I cannot do this, because I hated the subject, not the teachers and anything. The subject, it was so dry, and I was like, no, I cannot take this as my career and hate the job I get in the future, because wo bhi galat hota. So I asked my class advisor, he's like, okay, Ishma, what you can do is you can switch your, either extend your degree by choosing another major and like doing all 4 courses of that, or you can just take like 2 elective courses of some other major. And I'm like, okay, I'll take HR. So that's what I'm doing. My BBA degree is not honors, it's general. So I've taken supply chain and HR as well. And I got an opportunity as marketing and sales intern. So for some people, it's like really smooth and straight. Like they took HR as their field, they get an internship in HR, and they like get a job in HR. But for me, it was like, okay, supply chain. Then I got to HR. Then I got an opportunity in marketing and sales, and now I'm being offered an opportunity in the customer care department. And they're like, do you want to take it? And I'm like, okay, fine. Why shouldn't I? क्योंकि किसी भी अपॉर्चुनिटी को when you don't have a backup मना करना वो भी मुझे लगता है कि नाशुक्री टाइप की होती है, क्योंकि रिस्क क्यों रोके. तो I asked my parents and they're like, okay, Ishma, yeah, you should go for it, क्योंकि it's a multinational company. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll join the customer care department. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Okay. So you think you should have a clear idea as well for the future, because exploring different different sections is good, but having the passion for one particular discipline is something that should be in you. That do comes with experience, but there's some theoretical knowledge that brings in the excitement, the knowledge, and the technical aspect of it as well. So it's better to have a clear vision, because when you will be going for an interview, you'll be telling about that I have experience. I'm doing a bio majors, but I'm doing my experience in marketing. So that puts you in a confused state that this person has a clear vision of where to see herself in the future.
Yes, that's why I'm actually afraid of. I don't want my future interviewers or my future employers to be like, okay, she's so confused that she's going all these, she's choosing all these different routes. But what I'm thinking is, if I got this opportunity as marketing and sales intern, I've always been interested in marketing. So I was like, okay, I should go for it. But then now I get this opportunity, and I'm like, if I like decline this opportunity and I don't get, how the market is right now.
Definitely.
Everyone is losing jobs left and right. And I'm like, if I don't get this opportunity and then I am like stuck at home, I've completed my degree. My degree will be finished by February. And I'm like, I'm sitting here unemployed, even when I got an opportunity and I declined it. So I was like, okay, I should join this. And then if I don't understand it or I don't like it, I just leave it and then follow what career I want to follow.
So if you plan to do your master's, so in which field would you be more interested in?
I'll either choose HR or marketing.
Okay. Any favorite course of yours in HR or marketing that you have studied?
Principles of marketing was really interesting. I really loved it. The teacher was really good. She was so her way of teaching was really exemplary.
What part of marketing did you like more?
Sorry?
What part of marketing did you like more in that course?
Okay, what part of marketing? All the strategies, the segmenting and the targeting part, how you target the audience, that knowing the nitty-gritty of marketing and how you basically pitch something. That was really interesting and something. I was like, अच्छा ये बेचना है customer को तो इस तरह करके बेचते होंगे, लेकिन going about it, there are different steps to pitch something. It's not just like you see the customer and so that was really interesting, knowing everything about it.
What are the 4 P's of marketing?
Price, packaging, place, promotion,
product,
sorry.
Yeah. Okay, and what about HR?
Sorry, what do you want to know? 4 P's of HR?
Again, no, your favorite course in HR.
Favorite course. I really like HRM, and now we're doing this training and development course. That is really interesting as well. And professional development, obviously, Tehseen is teaching us, so that's really interesting. That's my favorite.
What is the process of training and development?
Training and development. So we've not come to the process of it. We've just been given like a brief summary of it because our classes started really late for this semester. Our instructor got sick and he left. Then another instructor came in. So we've just in the introductory stages of it.
Any just the vague idea what you have, what components are covered in training and development?
So basically in training and development, what happens is there are a lot of things, how you train the employees, on the job training, then the types of training, on the job, off the job. So seeing a person and evaluating him and what deficiencies he have, and they're training them accordingly to that. So all that stuff.
Okay, great. Shahzad, please.
जी मिस सुषमा, आपका जो इंटरेस्ट था वो मार्केटिंग की तरफ है, मार्केट सेगमेंटेशन एंड प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट, ठीक है। तो अभी सेगमेंटेशन पर आपको टारगेटिंग के बारे में काफी इंटरेस्ट था। अभी जो आप जॉब कर रही हैं तो उसमें क्या सेगमेंटेशन, किसको टारगेट कर रही हैं आप?
उसमें बेसिकली हम लोग प्रीमियम उसको क्लाइंट्स को टारगेट करें। जो अगर मैं एमआर की बात करूँ आप, तो उनका ये उनकी प्रॉपर्टीज ही जो हैं वो मास मार्केट को तो वो लोग करते ही नहीं है टारगेट, वो नीश मार्केट को करते हैं। जो क्लाइंट्स आधे लोग बाहर रह रहे होते हैं या जिनकी बेसिक सैलरीज और अर्निंग्स इतनी ज्यादा होती है कि वो लोग इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे कर सके। नॉर्मल जो यहाँ के मिडिल क्लास या लोअर मिडिल क्लास लोग अफोर्ड ही नहीं कर सकते, तो वो लोग उनको टारगेट ही नहीं करते, वो लोग डायरेक्ट अपर क्लास को करते हैं। और उसके बाद फिर अब हम लोग आरईसीज को कर रहे हैं, स्पेशली रियल एस्टेट कंसल्टेंट्स को, क्योंकि हम लोग है ना कि खुद से क्लाइंट्स अब इस टाइम पे आ नहीं रहे कोविड की वजह से, तो वो लोग क्लाइंट्स लेके आए, फिर हम लोग उनको कमीशन दें। तो ये अभी हम लोग का नई एक वो चल रही है स्ट्रेटजी। कैसे
आप लोग किस तरह अप्रोच कर रहे हैं मार्केट को?
सॉरी,
स्ट्रेटजीज वी आर यूजिंग टू रीच देम?
तो हम लोग कोल्ड कॉलिंग अभी कर रहे हैं फिलहाल। दूसरा ये है कि यही आरईसीज वाला, आरईसीज क्लाइंट्स तक पहुंचते। फिर होते हैं कि सेल्स टीम के फिर खुद के प्रीवियस क्लाइंट्स होते हैं, उनके थ्रू वो लोग पहुंचते हैं कि और इसमें ये है ना रियल एस्टेट में कनेक्शंस का बहुत काम होता है। आप सिर्फ एड्स और इन सब से नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि एक एफएमसीजी प्रोडक्ट तो है नहीं कि आप एक मास मार्केट को एक एड प्रोड्यूस करके दे दो और वो लोग वो कर लें, तो ये नहीं होता है। तो आपको कनेक्शंस की बहुत, जो आपके एग्जिस्टिंग क्लाइंट्स होते हैं उनसे आप लोगों को एंड तक बहुत अच्छी बना के रखने होते हैं ताल्लुकात, ताकि फिर वो लोग आगे फॉरवर्ड कर सके, आप लोग को रेफर कर सकें। तो ये होता है बहुत। और रिटेल में भी सेम इसी तरह होता है कि आप लोग फिर प्रीमियम ब्रांड्स को पहुंचते हो, जिस तरह अभी मीजान और दुबई इस्लामिक बैंक है, उनके साथ कोलैबोरेशन हो गया है एमआर वालों को, तो इस तरह होता है।
ठीक है, तो स्ट्रेटजी जैसे आपने पढ़ा भी होगा बुक में, एटीएल, बीटीएल एंड टीटीएल होता है, ठीक है। तो ये कौन सी यूज कर रहे हैं मोस्टली?
सॉरी, एटीएल, बीटीएल,
अबव द लाइन, थ्रू द लाइन, बिलो द लाइन, तीन चीजें होती है ना, आपने पढ़ी होंगी।
आई डोंट रिमेंबर स्टडीइंग इन, मे बी आई हैव।
एडवर्टाइजिंग का पार्ट होती है।
एडवर्टाइजिंग का हमारा कोर्स, क्योंकि मैं मार्केटिंग का मेजर नहीं कर रही थी, तो मेरा एडवर्टाइजिंग का कोर्स मेरा था नहीं, तो आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट दी स्ट्रेटजीज, आई एम सॉरी।
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। अच्छा, एक सवाल है मेरा, पुराना सवाल है कुछ। फॉर एग्जांपल एक बहुत पहले कैंडिया मिल्क लॉन्च हुआ था, आपको पता होगा इस बारे में, ठीक है। या फिर आप एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं, अमूल लस्सी लॉन्च हुई थी, ठीक है, जो कि फ्लॉप हो गई थी। क्या आपको रीजन उसका पता है, क्या क्यों फ्लॉप हुई थी?
अमूल लस्सी और कैंडीलैंड, सॉरी,
कैंडिया मिल्क था, लॉन्च हुआ था, तो क्यों फ्लॉप हुआ था, रीजन?
अच्छा, अमूल लस्सी का तो मैं अगर बताऊं तो, क्योंकि मुझे याद नहीं होता है, या जब हुआ होगा तब मैं थोड़ी इतनी वो नहीं होंगी, तो मुझे नहीं पता है। लेकिन मैं रीजंस बता सकती हूँ कि अभी अमूल लस्सी का अगर वो करते हैं तो क्यों फ्लॉप हो सकती है। क्योंकि आई डोंट थिंक अब उसमें लस्सी का ये वो होता है ना, एक गाँव वाला वो होता है कि आप लोग गाँव में बैठो और वो सब लोगों के साथ लस्सी, तो अब उसको अगर एक पैकेज उसमें आप करोगे तो वो वैसे ही लोग इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेंगे। मैं खुद भी अगर करूँ तो हम लोग जब गिलगित जाते हैं तो लस्सी जब आती है तो वो यही होता है ना, नानी और दादी का वो एक गाँव वाले वो आती है। लेकिन यहाँ शहर में लस्सी उठा के पीना, वो दैट्स रियली इनकन्वीनियंट। और किसी को इस तरह खाने के साथ वगैरह ये सब पसंद आते हैं, इसको एज अ वो बेवरेज के तौर पे कोई इस तरह नॉर्मली ले भी नहीं सकता। आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाई वो फ्लॉप हुआ।
अगर आप तो रीलॉन्च करना चाहेंगे तो क्या स्ट्रेटजी यूज होंगी आपके मुताबिक, अगर आप इसकी हेड हो और आप रीलॉन्च करना चाहेंगे?
रीलॉन्च करना चाहूँ मैं बेसिकली, तो मैं पहले तो एक वो करूंगी कि इसको पॉपुलराइज करूंगी अभी हमारे ये यूथ में। क्योंकि मैं अगर अपनी बात करूँ तो मुझे कोई आके बोले कि यार ये लस्सी का वो ले लो, तो मैं ऑब्वियसली नहीं बोलूंगी भाई लस्सी छोड़ो, मैं जूस ले लेती हूँ। तो उसको थोड़ा पॉपुलराइज करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं भाई, जिस तरह कोक स्टूडियो वगैरह ये लोग कर रहे हैं, वीलो है, अभी साउंड चल रहा है, ये लोग इसी तरह कर रहे हैं। अब कश्मीर वाले कर रहे हैं, कश्मीर ऑयल है, वो लोग म्यूजिक ला रहे हैं, तो वो लोग इसीलिए ला रहे हैं ना, तो यंगस्टर्स में कुछ उनकी अवेयरनेस हो उनकी, और वो लोग अपने आप को वो करे, बेसिकली अपना मार्केट एक्सटेंड करे। तो इसी तरह मैं यही करूंगी कि उसके कलर्स वगैरह चेंज करूंगी, या लस्सी में भी फ्लेवर्ड लस्सी ले आऊंगी कि जूस छोड़ो फ्लेवर्ड लस्सी ले लो।
काफी आइडियाज हैं
जी,
and you're good in marketing.
maybe.
Yes, Mariam.
Yes.
कोई सवाल आप?
No, that's it.
Mr.
Thank you.
Tim.
It's really nice meeting you all. Thank
It
you
was
so much.
nice meeting you as well, Rashma. Thank you. Dafis.
Nafis. All right, so we have next candidate, that is Babar Ali. Jahangir, do we have Babar or Imad?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Jahangir.
Ma'am, before we start Babar's interview, can we rejoin the meeting because I believe only 5 minutes are left until this
Okay.
session expires.
All right, ठीक है.